And so when I came in to see Dr. Watt, he explained it very well to my husband and myself, and showed us a video that we saw. Was very informative.
Mm-hmm.
And
so that's what made you decide
I
to...
think we decided right on the spot to do it. I don't think we went home and thought about it.
So when we did the evaluation, she had originally a 72% loss of sensation in the right, and only a 36% loss in the left. So there was a significant difference for you. Most people don't have that big of a change. You did. Now when we finished the program, she did our basic program, and you finished with a 12% loss on the right.
Went back in for my
follow-up
treatment. They took an x-ray and they said, well, this is why you're having problems. 3 of the pins had come loose. So they did surgery again.
Did they do those for free?
No.
Oh, okay.
Medicare paid for it, though, I guess.
Well, we all paid for it then, right?
Yeah, right. You paid for it.
But you still had back issues going on.
I did.
And then, so what we did is we actually did decompression with you as well. So we were doing decompression at the same time. And what happened with your low back pain?
Well, it sometimes it would come, and sometimes it would go, and it depended on what I was doing. If I was bending over a little bit, folding clothes, or doing something, it would be painful. And it would be better for quite a while, and then it would flare up. But now it has pretty much gone away. So
since we've done the treatment, we also did decompression, and with that, and so that's dramatically helped your low back as well.
And the reason you gave me the decompression is when I went back for a 6 months checkup, they said there was an L3. I don't know.
L3 herniation or bulge.
Herniation, another disc that had herniated.
And you didn't want to do surgery on that.
I didn't want surgery again.
Right. Conrad just finished up with care in our office. We're going to go through some of the information on his case. But one thing that I wanted to go through really quickly was he started out in the office and he had a 41% loss of sensation and a 52% loss of sensation. When we finished the final evaluation today, he ended with only a 5% loss. He had actually done another program. Tell us a little bit about what happened with that, and then why you decided to come try ours.
The other program I tried uptown, and it was more or less just like a 3-month program. I had a little bit of results from it and that, but I didn't have the results that I wanted. And after reading your ad in the paper and that, I just figured it was worth
coming out and trying. So
giving another try.
So we did an evaluation. What was different about, you know, because for somebody that already has done a program, they've already spent some money and time and effort and everything like that. What was it that made you decide, hey, I think I want to do this as well?
Well, it was more or less the approach that you took with me on it.
Okay.
You know, we talked about it and went through the other program and what results, and it's a whole different program than the one that I'd went through.
Okay. He's had huge changes in the feet. He, like he was saying, he couldn't even feel his toes. Now he can feel them significantly. In fact, there were several on the scale of 1 to 10s that he got 10s on many of them, which was not the case before. What would you tell people about the program that are kind of hesitant or not sure? Because you know, there is a commitment. You know that there's a commitment.
There is, and like for myself, you know, your feet are your balance is very important.
Right.
You know, being able to motivate around it and all that. And to me, if I can find any program at all that's going to help me to get back to where I have the full balance and can do the things I want to do, playing golf, bowling, stuff like that, I'm willing to take a chance to try it.
Right. Good.
I've had great success with it, and like I said, I think people just need to give it a chance.
Right. Probably within just a couple of weeks, you know, one of the biggest concerns that she had is she is diabetic, or she's been diabetic, and so she was concerned with that. So we put together an additional program to help with that, help with the metabolic stuff. And let's just kind of go into everything. So first and foremost, the coolest thing about everything is how much weight have you lost since you started our program?
40 pounds.
40 pounds. Now this is awesome. Now, if you don't mind, tell the audience here who's listening, how old are you?
64.
64. Okay, so most people that are 64 don't lose 40 pounds unless there's some major health issues going on, right? What made you be able to, because I'm assuming before you came into our office, you had done some diets and this and that and all that kind of stuff, lots of them. How do I say this? What did we do that was so different that allowed you to stick to it, and not just stick to it, but also conquer it?
There was a lot of support from this office.
Awesome. Okay.
That's what I needed, was someone right there. I could ask him questions.
And she was awesome, because she would, like, every time she came in, especially in the beginning, she'd come in with this yellow sheet of paper with questions on it. Can I do this? Can I have this? Can I do this? And you know, I think that's great. And the reason is because you were fully invested in getting well. So not only has she lost 40 pounds, what was your blood sugars at in the beginning? Do you remember?
Oh.
She wrote them down. So she was awesome. She wrote them down every day, what her blood sugars were. And they were high. They were really high, and that's including being on insulin and medication, right? You want you on both, right? See results, right? So we just did her final evaluation, and she ended up with a score of 87, actually on both feet, 87 out of 92. That's a 5% loss of sensation. From where you started out, that is monstrous. Now, like I said, she didn't start out as bad as a lot of other patients that we've had here. But when she started out, to go to less than 5%, that's incredible.
Just barely turned 65, and I feel like I'm young enough that I should be able to motivate a little bit more, be a little bit more.
Be able to do more things.
Right.
Okay. So when we did the initial evaluation, she didn't do so good. She had some major issues going on. And I'm just looking really quickly. She was at 82% loss of sensation and 78% loss of sensation. So basically 80% loss of sensation. Today, we did the final exam, and she did dramatic improvement. She went all the way up to 40% loss of sensation and 36% loss of sensation. So from going from 82 and 78, that is huge. Now, is it perfect? No. And I told you that in the beginning. I don't know if we're going to be able to get you all the way up there, but those are awesome numbers. And because we've been able to achieve that, what are the things that you've been able to feel in terms of, what are the biggest symptoms that you've been able to feel better with?
A feeling of just being able to do anything.
Okay, that's huge, especially for people that are retired, and that's a big one, okay?
And I was falling a lot. I haven't fallen once.
See, you hadn't even told me that before. I mean, I knew you were falling before, but you hadn't told me you hadn't fallen since.
I haven't fallen once.
That's
since.
awesome. I mean, that's life-changing. That is seriously a lifesaver.
It is.
That's awesome. And then when we were talking before, what was the thing that you said you were feeling what were the things that you felt the best with? What's doing the best? I'll have to remind you. The pain.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The pain.
The pain. Remember that thing you had all the time before?
Yeah.
So she just got through telling me that she no longer has the pain in the feet, but also down the legs. That's
Right.
doing much better.
That's correct.
And then we also did some stuff with your hands, and that was doing much better as well.
Yeah, I have neuropathy pain in my arms,
Mm-hmm.
and it hurts as bad in my arms as it did my legs, and I haven't had any recurrence of that since I've been doing the therapy.
That's huge. You know,
I'm myself again.
yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And that's the thing, we brought out kind of the old you, if you want to say. I didn't know you before, but because now you feel better. And when you feel better, life is better. You just feel much
Exactly.
better.
Exactly.
So the last thing I'd like to ask is, for people who are looking at this program, what would you say? Because it is, I never try to hide it. It is a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
There's time commitment, there's a financial commitment, there is life changers. But what would you tell people who are looking at whether they should do the program or not?
Well, I'd given up hope because I thought, well, maybe someday I'll find somebody who can actually help me with the legs. But I know a lot of people just get, they feel hopeless. And so when I heard about this, I knew immediately this was brought to me. You know, it's like, okay, here it is, Vicki, this is what you do. And so I was absolutely thrilled. And the benefits have been so great that I would do it again in a heartbeat. If I'd, you know, so I'm telling you people, it really worked for me.
Yeah.
But I did the program and I stuck with it, and I was very conscientious about taking care of the exercises and what I needed to do. So if
you did the home stuff we asked you to do. You did the dietary change we asked you to do, and that's, you know, that's the thing is, you know, it's not worth your time, effort, and money if you're not going to do it.
Exactly, because if you don't do it, it won't work.
Yeah, and grateful for you being an awesome patient, and you know what? Ultimately, you got to be grateful for yourself for making the commitment to do it.
Exactly, I've given myself a real gift.
Yeah,
A gift of a better life.